Meteorologist Steve Newman in for Bob tonight, and the warm-up is underway, Steve.
You remember a week ago when it was like 80, 82 during the day and the evenings were like velvet? Well, that's coming back.
Okay.
We've had a week of cool weather, and some people like that, and you've had what you want. Now the rest of us get what we want. Let's take a look out over Sarasota Bay today. High clouds coming in, filtering the sun, but we still managed to warm up into the low to mid 70s over the Sun Coast, and that's only going to get warmer as we move through the weekend. There's our beautiful sunset over the Gulf of Mexico. High temperatures this afternoon, as I mentioned, 74, 75. Bradenton, your high was 73, the same at Parrish and Mayaca City, as warm as 75 at Lake Placid. Sebring, the hot spot, with 76 out in Highlands County. Now, if we look across the airport temperature right now, it's 62 degrees. The dew point is 58. That's moisture. It's not going to get any colder than 58 tonight. In fact, it's probably not going to get colder than 60 in most places, with the humidity of 86% and a south wind blowing in that warm air. Our high today at the airport, 72. Last night's low, 46. Pretty much near normal for the high, cooler than normal for the low, but now we're going to go above normal for low temperatures. It's been as warm as 90 degrees on this date in 1971 when Alan Everhart, our first weatherman at the station, was doing the weather just before me. He's a good friend of mine. Now, looking at the streaming of the milder air blowing in from the southwest on that subtropical jet, that's keeping temperatures mild, and even though there is a cold front stretched to the northwest of us and it's approaching, it doesn't have a lot of moisture with it, so any chance of rain is going to be 20–30% at best. And you can see high pressure in advance of that is bringing in a southerly wind flow, and that's why we have it so mild today and tomorrow. And once that front passes, another high will develop and give us a similar weather pattern with even warmer weather Saturday and Sunday. People coming down from up north are going to appreciate the difference. Look at this, 14 at Toronto now, 5 at Montreal, 21 in Chicago. Let's take a closer look at that. Syracuse is 15, Boston 20, and Bangor, Maine, currently 9 degrees, 13 at Cleveland and Detroit. They're going to come down here at 80 to 82 degree weather and absolutely love it. Have some bad news from California. We've had some fires going on around San Diego. Those in LA have pretty much subsided, but now a little ripple in the jet stream is going to come the back way into the Bay Area in the next 24–36 hours, and it's going to really surge the fire danger. They haven't had any rain out there for weeks and weeks, humidity 20%, and wind gusts tomorrow night into Saturday morning from the northwest 45. This is at the surface, but the mountains here that go up 1–2,000 feet, the Weather Service is predicting wind gusts as high as 80 and 90 miles per hour. We will keep our fingers crossed that this does not spark any wildfires in an area already ravaged. Here on the Gulf Coast, a weak cold front will pass, but it will have very little impact on our weather, other than the clouds will part once it passes. It will have warming to near 80 degrees on Sunday and stay that way right on through most of next week into the closing days of Christmas. Here's your futurecast showing that front approaching and a slight chance of some sprinkles, but there's not a lot there to work with. And when the front comes through tomorrow, again, only 20–30% chance. It passes tomorrow night into Saturday. High pressure builds in. There goes the high. Brings a south wind in again, and we have just extraordinary weather for people vacationing here at the time of year they want some warm weather. Here's our forecast for tonight. Lots of clouds with a 20% chance of showers and our low 60 degrees with that south wind. And tomorrow, a lot of clouds as well until late in the day. They'll start to thin out. We'll warm up to 73. And here's the good and bad news in the next 7 days. 73 to high tomorrow, warming up to 76 on Saturday. Then the low 80s as we move through the weekend and the early part of next week. I don't see any big change in this weather pattern until Christmas Day.